Can't be scamming your people like that. Hey explorers, it's Thursday and today is another edition of Travel Chat Thursday. Today I'm going to talk to you about being beware of travel agents over groups. Okay, I definitely have a story to tell you here. But first, before we get into the story, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell right next to it, because first of all, it's free for you and then it helps me out. And then you get notified when all of my videos come out, which are on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So now let's get into the scam story. So before 2020 started, I had already had planned trips to go to Spain, Morocco, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. And that was just through the summer. I don't plan for things for later in the year until probably springtime. So I didn't have my full travel itinerary planned. So you could catch my video about flights canceled so you know what happened with the Spain, Morocco trip. But this trip here got canceled before COVID and it was not related to COVID at all. Yeah. So, typically I am a solo traveler, and one reason why I travel solo is because my itinerary is in my hands and I'm gonna do what I wanna do, right? But I had linked up with someone, and mind you, I'm not gonna say this person's name or business because I don't want any slandering here. But this person had this business, and it was a very great idea because it connected solo travelers to other like-minded people to travel the globe. Awesome. I even got I shared it with a few of my friends and family members. It was excellent because I'm like, they're going places I want to go. I don't have to worry about planning anything. The trip to Ghana and Ivory Coast was going to be through this coordinated group, and the travel agent will go on the trips with you, but the whole trip will be planned through this travel agent. So our trip was scheduled for August 2020. I'm sure there's three sides to every story here. There's the travel agent side, there's the customer side, and there's the truth. We're never going to know exactly what the truth is, but it started exploding all over the internet in February that this individual left clients in another country where it's not typically safe to leave people there without arrangements. So there was a lot of disconnect there, even though I highly question why these clients went on the trip without an itinerary. It seems like an itinerary wasn't given. So when we started catching wind of that, we're like, no, we ain't going on a trip with nobody who didn't provide itineraries before people boarded the plane and then left the clients in another country. So I started asking questions, can you send me the flight confirmation, what hotels we were going to stay in, and everything. So I did not get flight confirmations, and this is February and we're on an international flight, and you're planning for all individuals in the group to be on the same flight from the United States to whatever country, and you should have that booked 6 months out. So there was no confirmation of flights at that time. I asked for the hotel, and the hotel had a confirmation. I actually contacted the hotels, but the thing with hotels is that you can reserve them and not pay for them. And so mind you, at this time, we're making installment payments into this trip. So I got the confirmation hotel, but I'm like, nah, man, you can put a credit card down and they're not going to charge you anything until you get to the hotel and check in. So I ended up contacting the host, the travel agent of this group, started asking more and more questions. And I was like, look, hey, I'm not going on this trip and I want my money back. It's not comforting to hear these stories. You're not addressing what happened really in a good manner. and I don't want to keep putting money down for a trip that may or may not happen. So I ended up having to file disputes through my credit card to get the money back. I didn't get all of it back, but I got most of it back. So it was definitely a scamming situation, but I have heard of good trips the coordinator has put on before. So it was quite surprising, like these things kind of went south. But I do believe those trips that were put on before were through a reputable company. And reputable company, something like Affordable World, or Gate One, like those are reputable companies where, you know, travel agents may coordinate things through them for their clients. But I think these trips were possibly the coordinator going out on their own to do their own itinerary, their own thing, which is cool if you know how to do this. Like, come on, y'all. Like, you can't be scamming your people like that. Yeah, but definitely was scammed out of some money. I definitely lost some money and if y'all know me, I don't take that too lightly. I don't like losing my money. I am actually an accountant by day, and I just don't like that. So with that said, for me personally, I'm just gonna go ahead on stick with my solo trips unless it's my typical group trips. The group trips that I do go on is usually like with friends or family, like people I know and trust. Other than that, I'm not dealing with anyone. So I don't care who you are. I met you from Timbuktu. We done kept a good relationship. You may be put on the group trip, and if you are managing my money, I'm not doing it. I can't trust you. If there is somewhere you're like coordinating the money through, because I have went through a travel agent for another, like a group trip that I went on, but it was like a coordination where the money, you could see the money is going to the places it needs to go to, whether it's the resort, your flight, or whatever. So it was easy to see where the money was flowing. I ain't doing it if you are just taking my money and I don't have no receipts, documentation, or like hearsay or whatever. I don't do people who can't deal with business, y'all. Y'all gotta be on top of it. And so I would definitely say, if you are looking to go on group trips, because I know there's a lot of people out there who do not want to do solo travel, which is fine. But make sure if you're looking for a group trip, one, just coordinate with friends or family and go on a group trip that way. Two, if your friends and family don't want to go, look for a reputable company that coordinates group trips. So like I said, Gate One, Affordable World, they provide very good packages to help you get from A to B and back to A being home. So those are great selections as well. You may also want to look into reputable groups. So make sure you do your research. And in my case, there was nothing for me to research out there. It was, you know, kind of a word of mouth type thing, which word of mouth is always excellent, but you still have to, you know, ask the questions and be on top of things. I feel like for me personally, I should have asked more questions. I should have did more research. I should have been more due diligent in the situation. But I think that's how the scam kind of worked, because you become kind of close to this individual, you become friends with an individual. And so you have this more of a trust factor, right, into booking this adventure with this individual. So I would definitely highly recommend, if you run into a group trip, organization that's putting on a trip, to ask questions. Ask like, if I put money down on this trip on this day, when will I get the itinerary? When will the flights be booked? Will the hotel reservations be in my name? Will I get the receipts for the trips being booked? So with that said, I hope this enlightened you, because that coordinator, scam people, agent, whatever, scam people, okay? Scam people out of money and time and energy. I'm just thankful this happened like a few weeks before COVID hit the fan. I don't know what would have happened then. I would have definitely been filing some disputes with my credit card, because this person would have probably went really MIA, because, you know, the travel industry hit the freaking fan when the pandemic hit the world. And with that said, I really hope that you learn from this and make sure you are really keeping your eyes open before you invest in something. Just keep that in mind. Be safe out there, make the right decisions, and ask the right questions. So I want to know, have you ever been scammed out of anything, period? Or have you ever been scammed out of anything travel related? I want to know. Comment down below. Let's chat, because it is Travel Chat Thursday. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks. Thank you so much again. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are.